We are ready for more baseball at Bowen Field between the Reinhardt University Eagles and the Bluefield College Rams, all on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Game one was a tough one for Bluefield, going down 5-0, just subjected to 2 hits after a complete game shutout from Dylan Powers. Now the Rams are trying to take Game 3 after Reinhardt has won the first 2. Bailey Engel here, glad to have you with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Alex Perkins, the freshman from Christiansburg, Virginia, gets the start on the bump today against a Reinhardt University lineup that looks like this. Daniel Rodriguez, the shortstop, batting first. Matt Trawick, the center fielder, batting second, while Caleb Swayze, the right fielder, will bat third. Hitting and clean up, it'll be Sherman Graves, the first baseman, while Jacob Cagle, the third baseman, will bat fifth. Matthew Vaccaro, the designated hitter, batting sixth. Andres Ugarte getting the start as the catcher and batting seventh, while Nunez will bat eighth and play in left field. Chandler Wold, the second baseman, batting ninth. And the first pitch to Rodriguez. A fastball that goes right across the middle of the plate for strike one, and we are underway in the 7-inning game at 2:49 Eastern Standard Time. So definitely not really a long game in game one, the 0-1. Rodriguez grounds it on the right side. Jose Perez able to gobble it up. Sidearm throw in time. Already a better start than what we saw to game one of the doubleheader when Daniel Rodriguez hit a ball all the way out to the left center field alley for a double. That was a good start for Kyle Harris. Ended up giving up 5 runs and had to load up the bases in the 7th inning. Here's Matt Trawick batting right-handed. And the center fielder steps up to the plate. He was walked twice. He was 0 for 3 in the last game. Here's a strike right across the middle of the plate. Count it, no balls, 1 strike and 1 out. Perkins looking in, slow kick and delivery. Swung on and stroked down the left field line, and that ball gets out of here in a hurry, foul. Well, Trawick was well early. Perkins on the season, a 4.84 ERA. He's 1-6. 44 2/3 innings pitched, 55 hits, 38 runs, 24 of them earned, 17 walks and 40 strikeouts. 0-2. Poked into shallow right. Meadows trying to chase up, and he won't get there. There's a base hit. So the Rams in the field, same thing as last time, really. There's Espinal over at third, at shortstop Bailey Castro. Getting the start at second base, Jose Perez. Oscar Torres pushed down in the lineup a little bit, but he gets the start at first base. And the left to right in the outfield, it'll be McGee, Ackerman, and Meadows, with Jordan Jackson completing the battery with the freshman pitcher. Now that'll bring up Caleb Swayze. Runner at first with 1 out. Top of the first. A little bit hotter here, sun beaming down on the first base side. First pitch, swung on, it popped up left center field. McGee's going to race up to get it and make the catch for out number 2. Swayze trying to send a high fastball on a ride opposite field, can't get it done.
Oh, now you get it? Kill him.
Oh, with 2 gone, here's Sherman Graves. The pitch. Popped up, shallow right. Could be trouble. Perez racing back. Meadows coming up, and the ball drops in. Another blooper base hit. Trawick over to third, and the runners are on the corners. So now there are 2 hits on the board for the Eagles. That'll bring up Jacob Cagle. He'll step up on the right side. Runners on the corners with 2 gone. Rams in danger of allowing a run in the first inning for the second straight game. Now the pitch. Cagle watches it go just down the middle, strike 1. He went 1 for 4 in the 5-0 win. Struck out twice to Kyle Harris, or actually once to Kyle Harris, and then another time to Jesus rolled on. Pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Count rises to no balls, 2 strikes. Already 2 hits in the game. Trawick at third and over at first, Sherman Graves. Perkins nodding in, trying to get out of this inning. Kicks and offers. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for the freshman today, and 2 runners are left aboard. Still scoreless, Bluefield will have to face off against Jesus Palacios when we come back. 0-0 in this 7-inning contest. Welcome back to Bluefield, everybody. Jesus Palacios warming up, the lefty going up against Bailey Castro, Jose Perez, and Joshua McGee. Well, Bluefield has faced off against a plethora of great starting pitchers, from Jason Gifford in the last game to Dylan Powers, who fanned 12 Rams. Jesus Palacios, a 3.75 ERA, 2-1 win-loss record. That's his 12th start of the year. 62 and a third innings pitched, 61 hits, 27 runs, 26 of them earned. 20 walks and 53 strikeouts. Well, Castro steps up to the plate trying to find his first hit today. Only hits in game 1 were off of Oscar Torres as well as Caleb Wood, who's pinch hitting in the 9th inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Castro is quickly down 0-1. Rest of the lineup after McGee: Marcus Espinal batting 4th and playing at third base. Jordan Jackson, the catcher, batting 5th. Moving up in the lineup, Jordan Ackerman at 6th. The 0-1 swung on and popped up foul, skying over the backstop out of play. Then Nick Meadows will bat 7th and play in right. Oscar Torres moves down to the 8 hole and plays at first base, while Caleb Wood will be the DH in game 2. The pitch, high and outside. Oh, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. Fastball just a bit outside. So Reinhardt into this game now at 34 and 13, 18 and 5 AAC. Rams have now lost 4 in a row, 22 and 18, 7 and 15 conference. The offer. Swing at a foul tip, snagged by Ugarte, and Castro goes down. So for Bailey Castro, that's strikeout number 3 on the day. And here's Jose Perez. Batting left-handed. This one out, Perez trying to sneak onto the base paths for the first time as well. First pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. And what Dylan Powers did so well in game 1, he was able to jump up in the count early, and Bluefield just had trouble coming back. Now the 1-0. Swung on, hit on the ground towards second. Wold able to field it cleanly, and he throws to first in time. Now there are 2 outs for Josh McGee. Josh McGee struck out twice to Conway, or Powers rather. Batting right-handed. Palacios deals. Swung on and hit on the ground down the third base line and foul. Got an 0-1 pitch, and McGee chases a high fastball. Well, McGee's got 14 home runs on the year and 52 RBIs. Bluefield could try to use one here. They have not led at all in this series. It was 13-1 in game 1, and then they lost game 2 of this series 5-0. 0-2. High and outside. There's the inaugural Baldy at bat. Palacios has already worked up 2 outs and 2 strikes with 1 ball on Joshua McGee. Pitch. Inside, scrapes away from Ugarte. Counted 2-2 with 2 outs. The offer. High and away, ball 3. McGee's laying off. Family in attendance today. Making a trip up from Louisiana, trying to impress them. Rams need a win here. Now the payoff. Swung on, popped up right near the dugout, and that ball's going to fall fast and out of play. A full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. He forcing to battle once again. Payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Palacios strikes out 2 in the top of the first, and the Rams go in order. Now to the second inning, it's still scoreless. Back in the 2, Virginia, still scoreless. Top of the second, Alex Perkins on the mound. Pitch. And Vaccaro strides in, but watches the fastball go a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes. And Vaccaro with that unorthodox stance, and so far in game 2 and 3, he shows his bat forward. As the pitch drops a little bit low and away. Vaccaro had a single, and he was walked back in game 1. Of the doubleheader, game 2 of this series. Batting right-handed, Perkins offers up. And the 1-1 is hit off the end of the bat. Slow roller to Perez. Bobbled it, and it goes right through him. That's going to be an error there. Second error of the day for Jose Perez. It looked like the ball must have knuckled off the end of the bat. Jose didn't play it on the best bounce, and it rolled through him. Third base runner of the day for Reinhardt in Game 3, and here comes Andres Ugarte. He played in Game 1 of the series and sat the bench for Christian Martinez in Game 2. He was 2 for 3 yesterday with a pair of runs scored. Runner at first, the offer. Nunez shows bunt and fouls it off his body. That had to sting a little bit. There's strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Getting warmer and warmer in this afternoon of baseball. Rams are going to be back here on Monday against St. Andrews. And then later on in the week against their crosstown rival Bluefield State. Runner at first, big lead at there. It's the pitch, bunted, laid down right back to Perkins. Throw to second, off of the glove of Bailey Castro. And there is another error. So everybody's safe. Perkins had the right idea because it wasn't a great bunt. Meanwhile, MJ Arnold's going to come in and run for Nunez. And as Ugarte, or rather, come in and run for Ugarte. Ugarte gets on with the fielder's choice. And there's the second error. Here comes Nunez. Bluefield cannot afford to throw the ball around. Another pickoff. Caught by Perez. Can't lay a tag down. It's a little far to the right. It'll be a throwing error on Perkins. Comes set. Looking around. He's going to try to bring it in home. Nunez bunts and pops it up. Jackson giving chase. It's going to drop away. No balls, 1 strike. And for Nunez, the left fielder, he played in games 1 and 2. Went 0 for 3 in the last game. A 1. Bunt popped up behind home plate. Jackson sprinting. It's going to hit that concrete wall. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs. No balls, 2 strikes. Perkins trying to work through this one. A freshman pitcher, him and Jackson Keene have been the freshman starters as another pickoff attempt goes wide right. As well as Tyler Conklin in the bullpen, Mike White has had to put some trust into some of his younger players. So a lot of seniors today, but a lot of younger players moving forward as well. Counted 0-2. Pitch. Outside. So Perkins now working at a glacial pace in the top of the second. It's still no score. From the belt in a brand new beige glove. The pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, 2 men on. Vaccaro on with an error by Perez and then moved to second after Perkins tried to throw it to get the lead man out. Ugarte on with the fielder's choice. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, the offer Swung on and tapped down the first baseline. That'll roll in the grass foul. And the count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Perkins has done well in these 7-inning games before. Rams just need to find a way to get some hits. Only 2 hits in game 1. And both of those really should have been placed in the infield. And you got to go back to Jordan Ackerman smacking the ball in that left center field hole and M.J. Arnold flattening out to make the catch. They've had their chances. Looking around, another 2-2. Swung on and hit high in the air out to right field. Meadows racing back, and that ball is out of here. 3-run home run for Abel Nunez, and it's already a 3-0 lead for Reinhardt in the top of the second. And those 2 big errors just leaking behind Bluefield now. So for Nunez, that's his 4th home run of the season. It clears the bases. And the first pitch to Wold is a fastball high and outside. Now 2 balls, no strikes. And Wold getting the start at second base. He's played a pretty solid middle of the infield as well. Still trying to find a signature hit in this second day of the series. 2-0. Fastball right across the belt, strike 1. So Nunez going opposite field there, the right-handed man putting it over the head of Meadows. About 335 away from home plate. 2-1. Swung on and driven down the line, left field. McGee racing, and that ball is off the wall, fair. Thought it was foul as Wold is sprinting into second. He hesitated. And not sure why you hesitate at all. You have to run like it is a fair ball. And he slowed down and got to second. Here's Daniel Rodriguez, a double. 3 runs have already scored in the top of the second. And now 4 hits on the day for the Eagles. Perkins looking at the runner. He sets. That fastball goes across the middle. Rodriguez 0 for 1, already batting a second time, and we're in the top of the second. No balls, 1 strike. Alex Perkins in a little bit of a jam here. That'd be tough for a freshman to go up against one of the top teams in the AAC, and they have been red hot at home plate. No balls, 1 strike. Runner at second. Espinal coming 4th as Rodriguez shows bunt, pulls back, swings away, dribbles to Castro, throw to first. That's in time. Meanwhile, Wold moves over to third base, and Rodriguez has been retired twice today. Productive out nonetheless, though, as the runner moves to third. 3-0 the score, just 1 out, top of the lineup again. Matt Trawick, the 2-hitter. He's 1 for 1 with a single left at third base. Stepping up to the plate, batting right-handed. Pitch. Curveball just a bit outside. One ball, no strikes. Righty to righty as Perkins fires home. Just a bit outside. Count at 2-0. Runner at third again. Perkins trying to work through this. He only has 1 out with the infield in. Pitch. Right down Broadway, strike 1. Well, Bluefield, unfortunately, has gotten themselves into situations like this where they go down thanks to gigantic innings from Reinhardt. And it's hard to mentally come back from that. 2-1. Popped up right field line, near the line as Torres chases it and it bounces foul. So Perez as well as Nick Meadows joined the first baseman in the effort and they couldn't come up with it. Counted 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at third, 3-0 Reinhardt. Reinhardt still in the gray jerseys with those navy blue numbers, matched with the pinstripes on the jerseys. They have that blue inseam, or blue seam down the sides of it. Rams with the cream jerseys and the blue letters and numbers, matched with the blue caps. It says Rams across the chest. Perkins looking, has to check the runner at third and Wold. He got there on a double. 2-2. Poked high in the air, middle of the infield. Perez backpedaling, tries to settle and it drops in. Oh, another tough one. Castro racing towards the bag, and he's safe. He stretched that one into a double. Nobody was there to get it, so it's an RBI double for Wold. Or rather, an RBI double for Trawick. Wold comes in to score to make it 4-0. And the inning continues. Thomas Edelston's going to have to talk this one over with Alex Perkins. Perez tried to find it in the sky, couldn't turn his body the right way. 4 runs have came across. Now 5 hits in the game. Now going in towards the dugout, there's Thomas Huddleston. Already Bluefield's going to have to make some moves in the bullpen. 4-0. Swayze batting left-handed. Flew out to left his last time. Here's the pitch. Inside and low, but there's ball 1. Now the 1-0. Hit him. Another hit by pitch, and the inning continues. So Trawick has to go back to second. And Mike White's already going to have to make a change. Going into the bullpen, Alex Perkins' day is done. He goes an inning and a third. We're at the top of the second. Disastrous inning for Bluefield. It is 4-0. Bluefield making a trip to the pen, and it's Morel Martin going up against Sherman Graves. Swayze just hit by a pitch. Runners at second and first. 4-0, top of the second. Rams in danger really here of setting the tone to be run ruled again like they were yesterday in 8 innings. Well, Martin with a pitch. Fastball in. Martin coming from Chicago. Just 5 innings pitched on the year, 5 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. Flat 9 ERA. Wearing the sleeves on a hot day. The 1-0. Swinging a foul tip, goes right behind Jackson. Inning started off with an error from Jose Perez that put Vaccaro on. Then a bunt attempt by Ugarte. Perkins turned around, sailed the ball just a little bit to the left for Castro to catch it, so there's another error. And then Nunez belted them all in on a 3-run homer. Wold with a double. He was brought in by a bloop RBI double from Trawick, and then Swayze was hit by a pitch. 4-0 the score. Count at 1-1 now to Graves, who is 1 for 1 with a single. Righty to righty matchup. Cloud's starting to move overhead now. The 1-1. Just in there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Martin getting the opportunity to pitch. Hasn't pitched in a while. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So Graves tried to slap it forth, and Morel Martin gets a strikeout. That's his 6th of the season. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Jacob Cagle. Cagle struck out, swing to Alex Perkins to end the top of the first. Now 4 runs have came across since then, the second. Pitch in the dirt. Jackson keeps in front, and Trawick will retreat back to second base. And now another little conference here between Jordan Jackson, Morel Martin, and now Jose Perez. Martin coming in with not the best situation. Already has a strikeout. Playing in a 7-inning game, folks. It's 4-0. Just in the top of the second. And the third baseman digs back in. Looks at the runners. 1-0. Fouled straight back. One ball, 1 strike. Reinhardt trying to go in for the clean sweep. Just about a couple of weeks separated between this game and the AAC tournament. And like we said at the top of the broadcast, they are tied at first with Bryan. The Lions would get the tiebreaker as they are up by 1 game in overall schedule. And then overall record at third in the tiebreaker is Tennessee Wesleyan. Cagle fouls another one back, and the count is at 1-2. Martin just a strike away from getting out of this inning. All the runs attributed so far have been to Alex Perkins. Still with 2 outs. Martin looking home, he deals. Popped up again. Jackson will just watch it go out of play. So a ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Happy to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network, though. Two gone. Martin goes right back to the mound. Checking on the runners. Deals. Another sprayed foul on the right panel of the backstop. Count stays at a ball and 2 strikes. Relaxing. Martin checking the runners. Fires. Just a bit inside, there's ball 3. So full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And this would be great for Martin if he can come in and get just 2 straight outs. Now the payoff. Swung on, ground ball through the 5-6 hole, a base hit. Trawick gets the green light to go home. Throw there, cut off by Espinal. It's an RBI single. 5-0 already the score. Swayze moves to second, Cagle on at first. And now Reinhardt is batted around. 5-0. Here's Matthew Vaccaro. So Reinhardt has already matched the run total from game 1. We're just in the top of the second. Well, the first pitch. Vaccaro strides in but watches the fastball fly high. It's ball 1. Senior day at Bowen Field. Rams bats have to get on it. They're going to try to come back in this one, already down 5-0. Martin looking around. That tall frame, he slings it home. Swing and a miss. Vaccaro with an ugly cut. Strike 1. Well, for Morel Martin, not really a kick. Kind of looks around, especially from working from the stretch. Doesn't take the ball in a full wind. He just throws it right home. Count it 1-1. Pitch. Vaccaro watches another fastball go high. So the scoreboard says 1-2. Martin looking around. He's going to deal whatever the count is. Swung on and popped up right side. Perez walking back. That'll make the catch to finally end the inning. 4-run score, a tumultuous inning for Alex Perkins in Bluefield College. Finally over now. Bottom of the second, 5-0 Eagles. Here's Marcus Espinal, Rams down 5-0. He fouls it away right into the glove of the catcher Ugarte. 4-5-6-2 up for Bluefield. Palacio struck out the 2 of the first 3 batters in Castro and McGee. As the lefty pitches home, And a fastball flies just a bit high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Espinal went hitless in game 1 of the doubleheader. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. Espinal, the third baseman, batting right-handed. Jesus Palacios, so far it looks like he has the same command as his fellow starters. Check swing on a pitch outside. Did he go? Yes. Strike 3. Strikeout number 3 for Jesus Palacios. Palacios 6'1", 235, the junior from Naples, Florida. And a transfer from Florida Southwest. Here comes Jordan Jackson. He struck out a few times in game 1. Really, that's not saying much. 12 strikeouts as Jackson tries to slap a bunt. It rockets back to the backstop. And the count is at now 0-1. So lefty to righty. And the offer. Thought about it, and the curveball drops in the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. That's the 7-inning game. We're in the bottom of the second. He's looking for a hit. Outside and low, scraping into the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Palacios looking in, fires. Swung on and hit well into center field, but moving to the right. Treywick will make the catch. Good connection there for Jordan Jackson, but just not enough. 2 outs for Jordan Ackerman now. Ackerman thought he had a good base hit in game 1, and then M.J. Arnold laid out to rob him of what could have been an extra base hit. Batting left-handed, here's the pitch. A fastball. This goes low. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on for the Rams. 5-0 a lead for Reinhardt. Palacios with a pitch. Swing and a miss. Ackerman chasing up. And you can hear that train out in right field as the 1-1 count is now in. Pitch. Fastball, bouncing in outside corner, strike 2. Have City Park right behind the right field wall. It's a kiddie train that moves around. 1-2. Swung on, grounded over to third, backhanded snag by Cagle. Laser beam to first in time, and the Rams are retired in order again. A strikeout, a fly out to center field, and a ground out to third. Second inning in the books, 5-0 Eagles. Andres Ugarte will lead it off. Rams down 5-0 into the third inning. Morel Martin on for another inning of work. He came in and got 2 outs. Pitch. And it's inside and low. 5 runs came across for Reinhardt. Ugarte got on with the fielder's choice back in the second inning. That pitch is swung on and popped up foul right side and carrying out of the ballpark. It was a rough start for Alex Martin. Is going in an inning and a third. Pitch, just a bit inside. Two one. Curve just a little bit outside, 3-1. So Morel Martin trying to work through the middle of this game and the bottom end of this lineup. We're at the top of the third, 5-0. 6 hits already for Reinhardt, 3-1. And a foul tip grazes off of Jackson. Strike 2, full count. No outs, it'll be Ugarte, Nunez, and Wold. Nunez homered opposite field off of Alex Perkins. Relaxing, here's the pitch. Fastball high and in, it's ball 4. Ugarte walks. That'll bring up Nunez. 3-run homer in the second inning, and MJ Arnold will sprint in to run for him. Nunez homered, and that ball just carried over the right field wall. We haven't seen that many opposite field homers because usually the wind blows out towards left. Pitch. Turns into it, and a fastball goes high and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Reinhardt at 34-13, 18-5. Rams have lost now 4 in a row, 22-18, 7-15 AAC. 1-0. Fastball high and away. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Gil Suarez, the assistant coach, of the pitching coach over at first base, and John Harris. We're at first pitch. Fastball high and outside. Well, we're just about an hour into this one. Top of the third. Martin with a tall frame, dishes. A fastball high for ball 4. There's the second walk in a row. Ugarte moves to second. Chandler Wold will step up. He had a 2-bagger back in the second inning as well. 2 walks. Billy Castro sprinting in from short to talk this one with Thomas Huddleston and Morel Martin. Bluefield will likely have to make another pitching change soon if Morel Martin can't find the way to the strike zone here. No wind. Starting to get hot here on a Saturday. Reinhardt going for the sweep, and so far so good. They're up 5-0. Wold also scored. Pitch. Shows bunt, lays it down. First base side. Martin grabs and makes the tag with the sacrifice intact. Ugarte to third, Nunez to second, and an out. Daniel Rodriguez steps up to the plate. He's grounded out twice. Bluefield hoping they can do the same with him here as the infield starts to creep in. And Castro and Perez move out, so the corner infielders in Torres and Espinal have moved right on the fringe of the infield grass. First pitch. Rodriguez watches it go outside, creeps away from Jackson, and a run will score. So it's 6-0 Reinhardt. Ugarte represented by M.J. Arnold. Nunez moves over to third base. Ball and no strikes. Command has really not been there for Morel Martin, especially in the third inning. He has an out to his name. 1-0. Inside and low. 2 balls, no strikes. So the Rams can't come back in this one. It's going to come down to the final 4 games of the AAC season for them. 3 games against the Union Bulldogs next week in Barberville, Kentucky. And then on Monday, a home game against St. Andrews. As Rodriguez smacks it foul down the third baseline, nearly hitting his teammate Nunez. Is St. Andrews coming to town this Monday. So in 2 days, the Rams have to come right back here to Bowen Field and face off against the Knights, a team they already swept in a doubleheader. And then the day later, maybe the biggest snowstorm we have seen in Bluefield in a long time came. 2-1. Fastball rises high and away. 3 balls, 1 strike. 1 out, runner at third. 6-0 the score. Martin deals. Inside, ball 4. Third walk of the inning. And Mike White stays in the dugout. Might have to make a change if Treywick is able to get on here. Inning started off with a Ugarte walk. He's replaced by M.J. Arnold. Nunez also walked. They moved to second and third, respectively, off of the bunt from Wold. And the wild pitch brought in Arnold. Nunez to third. Now runners on the corners with 1 out. Rams need a double play. First pitch. Treywick watches a fastball go high. It's ball 1. And Morel Martin just has not hit the strike zone. In the top of the third. A ball and no strikes with 1 out. Pitch. Swung on. Ground ball to short. Castro tosses Perez. Throw to first. Yes. Double play they needed. They got it. 6-4-3 and a runner left at third base. Score is at 6-0 after a trio of walks from Morel Martin, and the Rams head into the bottom of the third. Nick Meadows leads it off for Bluefield, down 6-0. Jesus Palacios absolutely shoving so far. And the ball is inside. 7, 8, 9 due up for the Rams. Meadows, Torres, and Caleb Wood. Caleb Wood actually got one of the 2 hits off of Dylan Powers in game 1 of this doubleheader. Got an 0-1, the lefty pitches. Meadows watches it go in. Well, Meadows put a charge into one in game one as well, sent it all the way back to the warning track, and the outfielder at the time, M.J. Arnold, made the catch. Got it, 1-1, the offer. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Meadows doesn't really lay off those high fastballs. Matter of fact, the couple of homers he's hit this year have been on rising fastballs. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Palacios working fast. And he lays off of it that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a fastball high. Palacios, the junior, still working at a record pace. 2-2. Popped up right side, foul territory. Ugarte trying to find it, and he just slides as the ball ricochets on a pinballing motion into the blue field dugout. Two balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Pitch. Swung on, tapped down the first baseline. It's going to roll foul. Meadows still trying to keep this inning going. Rams down 6-0. At the pace of being run ruled unless they can get something here. Pitch right down the middle. Strike 3. Meadows watched it. 4th strikeout of the day for Jesus Palacios. Here comes Oscar Torres. Torres had that sneaky single through the 5-6 hole in game 1 of this doubleheader. But first of only 2 hits given up by Powers. Pitch. Swing and a miss. Trying to chase something low. All of these pitchers for Reinhardt, such an arsenal to work for with John Harris as the pitching coach. Pitch. Swing and a pulled foul tapper down the third baseline. No balls, 2 strikes. Oscar Torres down already in the count with 1 out, nobody on. 6-0 Reinhardt leads. Pitch. Swung on and laced down the right field line, foul. A tumultuous top of the second inning. 5 runs scoring, leading off of a 3-run home run from Nunez. 0-2 in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rams already have 2 errors. And if you go back to one of the doubles hit by Reinhardt, that was from Treywick. That ball was up in the air for about a minute and dropped in between 3 Rams. So it couldn't be an error. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Lefty deals. In the dirt again, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Torres trying to battle here with just 1 out. It's been a quiet game for Bluefield. 2-2. Inside corner, strike 3. Second strikeout looking in a row and make that 5 on the day for Palacios. Caleb Wood with no batting gloves coming from New Mexico steps up to the plate. Had a base hit in game 1 of the doubleheader. And that was a fast ball right through the 5-6 hole. Daniel Rodriguez got it on the backhand through to first. Couldn't get him in time. Now Wood swings at a pitch up at his eyes for strike 1. Oh, 1. Smack foul again, and Wood is down to no balls, 2 strikes. Boy, somebody parked their car over there right near that batting facility. What a terrible idea. I think it's already gotten smacked 3 times today. No balls, 2 strikes. The deal. Fastball high and outside. Lefty on the mound, righty at the plate. 6-0 Reinhardt. A lot of energy for the Rams in the first game of the doubleheader. It's gone. Pitch outside and low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The bottom of the 3rd inning. Rams looking for a stamp on this doubleheader. They have not scored a run. 2-2. Popped up, shallow left. Shortstop Rodriguez backpedaling, shuffles now, and on a slight backpedal, he makes the catch. 9 in a row retired from Jesus Palacios. Rams getting shut out. To the 4th inning we go. It's 6-0 Reinhardt. Now into the 4th inning. Morel Martin still on the mound for Bluefield. He's given up 1 hit today. 3 walks for him. Here comes Swayze. Caleb Swayze watches a fastball go high and outside. He was hit by a pitch. Last batter that Alex Martin saw, who got through start, he gave up 4 runs. Rather, 5 runs. And 1 more given up by Martin. 1-0. Another long step into it, but it's a strike. Got it 1-1. 3, 4, 5 up for Reinhardt. Swayze, Graves, and Cagle. 1-1. Swing and a drive deep to right field. Meadows looking up, and that is way gone. Solo shot home run. A 7-0 lead now for Reinhardt. Didn't really even find that one off of the bat until Meadows just turned around and watched it fly out. So now as a whole, Reinhardt is outscoring Bluefield in the series 25-1. Reinhardt fans in the crowd. Pitch. Inside to Sherman Graves. There's ball 1.
Graves, that's home run number
10 on the season.
Rather for Swayze.
As Graves is up to the plate now, a 2-0 count.
It's home run number 6. 2-0. We're going to drive, nine, foul. That's the 7-inning game. Morel Martin hasn't pitched in a long time, and you can kind of tell a lot of balls being thrown. It takes a little bit of time to get back in the swing of things.
Count it 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Pitch. Fastball high and inside. 3 balls, 1 strike. It's gone 1 2/3 innings today. He's already given up 3 walks. Pitch. Outside, ball 4. There's walk number 4. And the Rams really don't have that many other options to replace him. Here's Jacob Cagle, and now some movement going down to the bullpen again. Cagle with an RBI. Singley also struck out swinging to Alex Perkins. Pitch. Fastball high and inside, and Cagle has to duck and move out of the batter's box. In the top of the fourth, no outs. Runner at first after a home run is already given up. Pitch. Outside and low. 2 balls, no strikes. And Jackson has to call time. Thomas Huddleston will jog out of the dugout and talk this one over again with Morel Martin. That's his second mound visit of the day. The game is just creeping along. 7-0 Reinhardt. Really that big 5-run top of the second. Rams gave up another run in the third. And then, well, for Caleb Swayze, an absolute belt over the right field wall. Huddleston with a very brief chat will go back into the dugout. Pitch. Swinging a foul tip, dropped by Jackson. Strike 1. Working from the stretch, Morel Martin attempting to silence Reinhardt here. 2-1. Swinging a little nubber foul off of the top of the dugout for Reinhardt. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Well, this might be a doubleheader for Mike White and the Rams to forget. Not their best week either. 2-2. In the dirt, ball 3. No outs. Top of the fourth. And you got to look at Reinhardt moving on. This is going to be a talented team trying to get into the NAIA tournament. Already receiving ranked votes. Payoff. Swung on, grounder towards the third base side and snagged by the third base coach, Girl Suarez. Three balls, 2 strikes, no outs. And it's been flat out impressive what Reinhardt can do with their lineup. 1 through 9 can get hits. Another payoff. Popped up. Right side of the infield. Torres finds it in foul territory. Carries on him a little bit, but he'll squeeze for out number 1. Here comes Vaccaro. 7-0 the score with 1 out. Vaccaro's 0 for 2. Last time up, he batted twice in the second inning. Got on with an error. Came around to score. Runner at first, the pitch. Vaccaro on that unorthodox stance watches it go outside again. 1 ball, no strikes. That bat showdown in front trying to get the timing right. Steps it back, holding it behind his helmet on an angle. 1-0. Fastball flaring high. 2 balls, no strikes. Martin really trying to work these pitches in the zones. In the zone, rather. Pitch. In the dirt. 3 balls, no strikes. It has just been a flat-out struggle. Count at 3-0. Vaccaro's way up in the box. That left foot right around the chalk. Martin offers 3-0. High and outside, ball 4. There's the second 4-pitch walk we've seen. Graves to second, and now Vaccaro at first with one out. And Ugarte, the catcher, will step up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. M.J. Arnold has came in to run for him, and he's scored twice. 7-0 the score. We're just in the top of the fourth. The 7-inning contest. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside for a strike, though. Now something interesting happening probably near College Avenue with the sirens blaring. Interesting Bluefield sounds today with the train out in right field. 0-1. Swung on and laced out to right field. Meadows watches it on a bounce, and everybody moves up. Meadows wasn't ready to make the dive for that to let all the runs come in, so he plays it safe, and now the bases are loaded. Garrett to second, Ugarte now at first, and M.J. Arnold a courtesy runner. Here comes Abel Nunez. He has a home run already in this game, a 3-run bomb. Seven nothing the score. No balls and one strike are on the board. That's wrong because it's a new batter with one out and the bases loaded. First pitch. Fastball high and away. 1 ball and no strikes. The Rams moving into this part of the season. Of course, they have stuff to play for, trying to make their way into the AAC tournament. And also attempting to at least be eligible for the NCCAA World Series. 1-0. Making a foul ball right back to the backstop. That's played for Christian College World Series. It's in Greenville, South Carolina this year. Last year was in Cincinnati. Rams got to see a Reds game. 1-1. Right down Broadway, strike 2. Martin trying to get back into the zone. Bases loaded. Inning started off with a home run from Swayze, his 6th of the year. And actually in Easley, South Carolina. Not too far from Greenville. The 1-2. Swung on, ground ball down the third base line. And the count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes as that one's foul. Been a tough one for Bluefield. They need another double play. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Second strikeout for Morel Martin. And the long inning will continue, but now 2 outs. Bases loaded. Here's Chandler Wold. He had a sacrifice bunt his last time up, also doubled and came around to score. Bases loaded for him. The pitch. Wold takes a fastball high and inside, ball 1. 7-0 the score. 2 outs. Really, the big inning was the top of the second where Reinhardt put 5 up on the board. Rams have not scored a run in either game today. 1-0. Swung on and a rocket straight to Bailey Castro. He'll make the catch. So the shortstop able to make the snag, and the bases left loaded. Only 1 run scores in that inning off of 2 hits. The homer from Caleb Swayze, his 6th of the year. And Reinhardt leads 7-0 in Bluefield. We're going to be right back for the Rams batting on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Here's Bailey Castro, takes his swing and a miss. Jesus Palacios still on the mound for Reinhardt. Rams don't have a hit. We're in the bottom of the fourth, down 7-0. Pitch. Castro watches it go outside and low. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5 strikeouts on the day for Jesus Palacios. 1-1. Swung on and hit high in the air out to right center field. Charging back Trawick. And he makes the catch as he starts to glide towards the warning track. Rams cannot catch a break. On the bottom of the fourth, just playing a 7-inning game. Here's Jose Perez. Perez grounded out to second his last time up. Perez hitless today. Just a week ago, he was leading the NAIA in batting average. Pitch. Swung on and poked into center field. There's a base hit for Bluefield. And you see some claps coming from the gallery right behind home plate. That's the first time the Rams have got a ball into the outfield in the air today. Here's Josh McGee. 0 for 1, struck out swinging. Palacios spending in. He's given up his first hit today. Actually, the first base runner. That pitch is smoked foul. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. The offer, swing and a miss. McGee down 0-2. He does have a tendency to strike out, taking a lot of hefty swings, but when he connects, he connects. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch. Fastball high and away. Martinez, or rather that's Ugarte jumping up to get it. Perez on with a single. Have to see if Mike White gives the green light for him to try to steal here. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 2 gone again in the bottom of the fourth, and here's Marcus Espinal. Rams can't catch a break. 6 strikeouts today for Jesus Palacios, the lefty on his way to having a great 7-inning game. Pitch. Espinal sprays it back foul, strike 1. Rams struck out 12 times in game 1, and now they have struck out 6, so 18 times today. Perez beckoning fourth at first as Espinal smokes it into left field, another base hit for Bluefield. Espinal swinging through that one, and he has his first base hit today. 2 Rams on board. Jordan Jackson trying to keep it going with the Rams down 7-0. Well, this has been really the first time I've been excited to have glass today, especially in the first part of the day for temperature reasons. But looking around here, there are a ton of wasps on the third base side. If you know anything about me, I am not a huge fan of the insect. Had to spray one with Raid earlier. 2 outs. And there's one right on the windowsill. Pitch. Fastball inside. And there have been times we have our crowd mic right outside of the window where the wasp, you can hear it buzzing going in towards the mic. 1-0. In the dirt. Kept in front by Ugarte. Two balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Palacios looking forward around the field now. From the stretch, he fires. Swing and a miss, strike one. Jackson in this game flew out to center field on a high fastball he drove there. Game one, he had an 0 for 3 day. Struck out 3 times. 2-1. Fastball high and outside. There's ball 3. Rams still have 2 men aboard, though. It's 2 outs. 7-0 in the bottom of the 4th. And a look for their first run of the entire day in both games. 3-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2, and now the count is full. Couple of singles for Espinal and Jose Perez. First time the Rams have had 2 hits in 1 inning today. Payoff. High and outside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So here comes Jordan Ackerman. He's also looking for a signature hit today. By the way, that's the first walk for Jesus Palacios. It looks like Jordan Jackson will look for a courtesy runner, and it's going to be Bradley Martin. So it'll be Martin, Espinal, and Perez around the base paths. 2 outs, bases loaded for Jordan Ackerman. And certainly not out of it. Jesus Palacios with 6 strikeouts. Now in trouble. Pitch. Ackerman sprays it back foul. Swing and a strike. Counted 0-1. Pitch. Swung on and blooped into shallow left, and unfortunately it's caught by Nunez. Rams leave the bases loaded after 2 hits, no errors, and it's 7-0. 4 innings in the books, 7-0 Reinhardt. Mason Gary, the left-handed pitcher, now on the mound for Bluefield going into the 5th inning. 7-0 Reinhardt. And they start out in the top of their lineup with Rodriguez, Trawick, and Caleb Swayze. Well, Bluefield pulling out all the stops, getting some new players in to pitch. And Mason Gary has not thrown a varsity inning this year. Left-handed pitcher kicks and fires. In the dirt, ball 1. Morel Martin works 2 2/3 innings. Gives up just 2 runs, including one off of a home run from Caleb Swayze. Just a ton of walks. From the belt, the pitch. Swung on and hit high in the air out to center. Should be no trouble for Ackerman. He'll step up and make the catch. One gone at the top of the 5th. Here comes Matt Trawick, a double and a single for him, also an RBI with a run scored. And into a double play that ended the top of the 3rd as last time, though. Lefty to righty, Trawick awaits the pitch. Swing and a miss. Well, Trawick's back knee almost touched home plate. Some low junk in the dirt from Mason Gary. Here's the 0-1. Swung on and smacked foul right side. That'll carry over the batter's facility and out of play. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Gary the lefty, a freshman from Martinsville, Virginia. 0-2. Popped up, shallow right. Meadows chasing towards the line. He'll settle and make the catch. So Mason Gary, so far so good. He's forced 2 batters to pop out. Went to Bassett High School. Of course, Martinsville is famous for the Bassett Furniture Company. And a couple of years ago, that furniture company, as well as another furniture company, went up against some Chinese companies. Written in a book called Factory Man. Had to read that in college. Here's the pitch in the dirt. Also known to be home for a racetrack. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swayze hit a home run in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2. Kick and the 1-0. Swing and a miss. There's a changeup. Strike 1. Ball and a strike with 2 outs. Nobody on. Only the second time today the Rams have strung together consecutive outs as that ball is hit on the ground towards first base. Out of play. Foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mason Gary's just a strike away from orchestrating his first 3-up, 3-down inning. Gary comes set, relaxing with the ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch, outside and low. There's 2 balls, 2 strikes now. So all of the importance really is going to go down to that game on Monday. St. Andrews coming to town. And then as well as the series next week against Union. Pitch. Just a bit outside. Here's ball 3. It's going to be important that the Rams go on the road against St. Andrews as well as, or play St. Andrews here on Monday, and then Union is on the road. Payoff. Hit him. Second time Swayze's been hit by a pitch. And so much for the 3-up, 3-down inning, but no damage done yet by Mason Gary. Sherman Graves returns to the plate, a single and a walk. 7-0 Reinhardt leads. We're in the top of the 5th. Waving his bat behind his helmet. The pitch, healthy, cut and a miss. Strike 1. And an 0-1 with 2 outs. Mason Gary looking around. From the stretch, he deals. Making a foul ball right back to the backstop. No balls, 2 strikes. Been a long day at the ballpark, but we're glad to have you here anyway. Rams Digital Sports Network, home of all Rams sports. It's been my first year here at Bluefield College. Been a great one. Football had their spring game over at Mitchell Stadium today. The 0-2. Swung on and lined down the left field line. Foul. The count stays at no balls, 2 strikes. Rams open up their season in football in August against Cumberland, Tennessee. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kick and the pitch. Swung on and hit well, deep to left field. McGee racing back towards the track. He'll make the catch. Here's the third and final out of the top of the fifth. Rams still down 7-0. Good inning, though, for Mason Gary. Leaves one man on after hitting him, and the Rams will have a long way to go, down 7-0. First pitch fouled back from Nick Meadows. We're now in the bottom of the fifth inning. Rams down 7-0. Just a 7-inning game, but we're happy to have you on the Rams Digital Sports Network. 7-8-9 due up against Jesus Palacios. Roxon offers 0-1. Pitch outside and low. Well, St. Andrews currently only 2 games behind Bluefield. The Rams, a little bit of pressure to win Monday, but more pressure to win next week as Meadows swings and misses. Strike 2. But on the road on April 28th against Union down in Kentucky. They're currently winning 1-2. Swung on, ground ball, snagged on a backhand by the third baseman. Cagle has been unstoppable on the corner. Another out. Rams only with 2 hits so far in game 2. Both of those being singles in the fourth inning. One from Perez and another from Espinal. Here comes Oscar Torres. He struck out looking. 6 Ks in the books for the lefty from Naples. Pitch. In the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Torres down to the 8 hole in this lineup today. Pitch. Swung on and hit well on a line out to left. Racing back, and the catch is made by Nunez. Not enough lift on that one from Oscar Torres. Now 2 outs. Already 2 outs, and Caleb Wood will come up to the plate. We're in the bottom of the fifth, ladies and gentlemen. Just a 7-inning contest like we've said. Pitch. And the DH walks into it and watches it go low. Caleb Wood getting a chance as the DH. Had a hit in game 1 as a pinch hitter. 1-0. Right in. 2 balls, no strikes after the fastball misses. Wood usually comes on as the courtesy runner for Jordan Jackson if he gets on base. Lately, though, it's been the DH. 2-0. We get a foul tip, tapping right behind Ugarte. 2 balls, 1 strike. Palacios offers. That one's hit on a line, 5-6 hole and into left field, a base hit. Caleb Wood with 2 base hits today. Back to the top of the lineup for Bluefield. Now they have 3 hits, down 7-0 still. They're in the bottom of the 5th. That Kitty train still going by. Pitch. Fastball high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Rams coming down to the end of their season. Senior day hasn't been really picturesque. This 1-0 is fouled back, strike 1. Still got to admire the senior work of some of these guys. Jose Perez has quickly became an NAIA star. Josh McGee lighting it up home run-wise. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Castro well out in front. Jordan Ackerman, what a bounce back he's had. Hitting nearly 400 after hitting 140 just 2 seasons ago. And a guy like Kyle Harris pitched well today. Austin Browning also did a great job. The 1-2 popped up. Going back to Browning before his injury, he had an awesome home run that put Bluefield up against St. Andrews. Such a clutch at bat. Rams ended up getting the 8-7 win, and then going down the stretch, that might be so much more important. 1-2. Swung on, hit on the ground towards short. Rodriguez fields, long throw to first. Not in time. Castro dove head first, sliding into first base. Haven't seen that this year. And there's a single for Bailey Castro, his first of the day. Still got to like the play from Daniel Rodriguez, though, at short. Well, with 2 outs, Rams have 2 aboard. Jesus Roldan, another senior getting mentioned today. Pitch in the dirt. Really a great presence in the locker room for Bluefield. Kind of struggled when he pitched today, but he's had some good base hits when he's been brought in as a designated hitter. And Jordan Jackson, he's been quiet today. As of late, tough week for Bluefield, but he's got a lot of power as well. The 1-0, high and inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Now time called by John Harris. This is the first mound visit we have seen from either team today. And St. Andrews is currently beating Milligan 5-0. So if Bluefield loses this game and St. Andrews holds on to win against the Buffaloes, St. Andrews will be just a game behind Bluefield. Now the Rams would hold the tiebreaker against them in head-to-head because they've already clinched the series this year. They took the first 2 games in a doubleheader before that winter storm hit in the springtime. But with 2 balls, no strikes, and 2 outs, Rams have to worry about Palacios now. A lot of stuff to worry about going in the final week of play. And I'm sure Mike White and the Rams would have loved to have made it easier by at least getting 1 win against Reinhardt, but the Eagles have just been flat out great. 2-0. And called a strike in the outside corner. Perez leaned in to wait for that call. 2 singles in a row for the Rams after 2 outs are already on the board. 2-1. Swung on, hit hard on the ground, skipping into right field, a base hit. Picked up by Swayze, trying to throw to first. It's rolling in the infield now. Wood's going to come home, and Palacios is covering with no throw home by the catcher. Heads up base running by Caleb Wood, and the Rams are finally on the board at 7-1. So it's a throwing error by the right fielder, Swayze. Perez is at first with a single, and the E9 brings in the runner. So much for the shutout. And here comes Josh McGee. And now Gil Suarez will walk up towards the mound and signal for the bullpen. So So Jesus Palacios with a solid start to begin, and now 7-1, 2 outs, runners on the corners. We'll have to see who the new pitcher is for Reinhardt when we come back. Reinhardt still going with lefties as Jesus Palacios' day is done after 4 2/3, giving up his first run of the day. Johnny Crowley, the .276 ERA lefty, redshirt sophomore, making his 15th appearance on the year. Has 2 saves, 16 1/3, 14 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 7 walks and 16 strikeouts. Josh McGee steps to the plate batting right-handed. His teammates on the corners. Castro to third and Perez on at first base. Well, McGee could use a hit. 7-1, Rams down by 6. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Giant, numbered 36 on the jersey. Pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. So McGee has struck out twice in game 2. For a way to connect here. Crowley deals. Swung on and lifted high in the air. Opposite field. Swayze settling for it near the warning track. And he makes the grab right over his head. Rams able to score, though, off of 3 hits. There's just 1 run and 1 error. 2 men left on base. 7-1 the score now. Headed to the 6th inning of the 7-inning game. A conclusion of the series against Reinhardt. Welcome back to the 2 Virginias. Rams down 7-1. They scored a run there in the bottom of the 5th. Now we're here in the 6th inning. Mason Gary on the mound for another inning of work. And here's Jacob Cagle, first pitch. Cagle watches a fastball right down the middle for a strike. Mason Gary came in for his first varsity inning of work. Only gave up one base runner after hitting Swayze on a 2-strike pitch. 0-1 in the dirt. Ball and a strike to Cagle, who has an RBI single in game 2, as well as a pop-up to Oscar Torres and a strikeout from Perkins. It's been Perkins, Morrell, Martin, and now Mason Gary. 1-1. Fastball rising high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Martin went 2 2/3, gave up 2 runs, including a homer. Rams not getting shut out today, but currently being outscored 24-2 in the series. 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Gary hoping for his first Bluefield College Rams varsity strikeout. He's played some with JV this year. Wind blowing out towards left field. Could help the righty and Cagle. 2-2. Swung on and popped up foul right side, and it will get out of here in a hurry. Another reminder, we're going to be right back here on Monday against St. Andrews. Important game for Bluefield, and then they have 3 more games to conclude the regular season on the AAC side next weekend. I have another game here at home against Bluefield State. 2-2. Just a bit low. There's ball 3. Cagle, Vaccaro, and Ugarte. Oh, full count. Gary kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. There's his first strikeout of the season. Cagle goes down on strikes for the second time. And with 1 out, Vaccaro steps to the plate. He's 0 for 2. The pitch. Carl watches it go outside and away. And it's called a strike. Wow. On the board, it's 0-1, but it's really 1-0. Gary fires. Swing and a miss. Count evens at 1-1. At least it should. That's count is at 0-2. Somehow that was far away, the 0-2. Popped up first base side, doesn't matter what the count is now. Torres makes the catch. We're in the 6th inning, playing a 7-inning game, and Ugarte will step up to the plate. He's put the ball in play twice. Single and a fielder's choice with a walk. He scored 2 times. Well, represented by the courtesy runner MJ Arnold. Here's the pitch. Swung on and stroked deep to left field. McGee racing back, and that ball is over the wall and out. 3rd home run of the game for Reinhardt, and they take the 8-1 lead now. Another no-doubter. These balls have not snuck out of here. So 8-1, and here's Nunez, who also homered. And that's just going back to what we were talking about. Ugarte and Nunez are 7 and 8 in the lineup, and they've hit home runs today. That's tough. Pitch. Fastball called a strike across the chest. For Andres Ugarte, that's just his 2nd long ball of the year. Here's the pitch. A fastball outside and away again. Rams sending maybe for some help in the bullpen. Already down by 7. It's not completely out of it. Lost game 1 5-0. Only had 2 hits. 1-1. Swing and a foul tip. Gloved by Jackson. Strike 2. Another tremendous swing from Nunez. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gary fires. Change-up, just missing. Oh, Gary's going to have to work on the motion there. You could see that one coming from a mile away, and Nunez laid off. Two-two. Swing and a miss, strike three. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Mason Gary. After giving up the home run, it's 8-1 Reinhardt. Still, though, for Mason Gary, not a bad day. Headed to the bottom of the 6th. Rams trying to come back, down by 7. Now we're back in Bluefield, bottom of the 6th. Rams down 8-1 after the home run was hit by the catcher Andres Ugarte. His 2nd of the year. Another inning of work for Johnny Crowley. Rams scored a run, though, in the 5th inning. Marcus Espinal has a hit today. That was back in the 4th, though. He's 1 for 2. 4, 5, 6 on the docket for the Rams. Down by 7, here's the pitch. Fastball inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Now Crowley brought into the game after Palacios got into a jam. The pitch, inside and low. Still though for Palacios, giving up just 1 run, as well as 5 hits. Had 6 strikeouts. Good day for him. The first 3 innings were perfect. On the bottom of the 6th now as Crowley deals. Inside and low, 3-0 the count. Union won the 2nd game against Truett McConnell. Fastball high and outside, ball 4. And they are still playing, actually. And John Harris steps out of the dugout for another mound visit. Pitching coach in his first year with Reinhardt. Jordan Jackson will come up to the plate. He was walked back in the 4th. 0 for 1, though, flew out to center. Almost odd and out of place with how much Reinhardt has found success in their starting pitching to find any sort of mound visits. John Harris will talk this one over with Ugarte. Just a couple of pointers to the pitcher. Lefty facing a righty again. Rams down by 7. It's been a long game, too. pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. And really the thing that's paralyzing the Rams in game 2, you look at that scoreboard, no runs in the top of the first, but then that big 5 there in the top of the second. The pitch. Outside and low. Count evens out a ball and a strike to Jackson. Really, since then, there's only been 3 runs for Reinhardt. It's a tumultuous inning for Alex Perkins. 1-1. Once again, inside and low. Counted 2-1. Kick and the pitch. There's a strike to Jordan Jackson. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jackson's trying to find his first hit today. Had a couple of tough at-bats. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 4th time collectively that Jordan Jackson has struck out. That'll send up Jordan Ackerman. He flew out to left his last time. Also looking for his first hit. It's been odd to see a game without Jordan Ackerman getting on the base paths. He was walked in game 1. 8-1 the score. Rams down by 7. We're in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch. That's called a strike. A fastball outside and low, and Ackerman looks up in the sky. Just what can you do? Got an 0-1. Crowley trying to work. Well, the pitch. Swung on it, batted up the middle, sneaky through for a base hit. Crowley had to limbo back. That almost hit him. Almost in a defensive effort. Espinal gets to second base, and Ackerman on with his first single of the ball game. Well, it actually looked like it must have nicked off the infield umpire. And so then it's a dead ball already awarding Ackerman with a single. Either way, on the books with a single, here's Nick Meadows. The pitch. Swung on and grounded up the middle again. Espinal's going to get the green light to go around third. Throw to the plate, cut off, and it's an RBI single for the freshman. And showing they're not done yet. RBI single for Meadows. Ackerman stays at second base. And Johnny Crowley cut that one off. He's got to be a little bit frustrated as he walks back on the bump. They don't have that many guys that they've used up in the series. Rams lost yesterday's game 13-1. Got shut out in game 1 of this doubleheader 5-0. Now the score is 8-2. Oscar Torres to the plate now. Runners aboard with 1 out. In the dirt, kept in front. Ackerman is just going to trot back to second base. Oh, Torres with that bat on his shoulder, flicking it forward. Johnny Crowley in a jam. Can't say that many times for Reinhardt pitchers. 1-1. Another long step for Torres. He lays off a fastball high and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to the Rams' first baseman. Pitch. Another rocket back foul, strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ackerman at second and Nick Meadows at first. Rocks and offers. Check swing, he went all the way around. There's should be, well, he held up. That's ball 3 somehow. He spun all the way around. I do not understand that at all. Payoff. Swung on and fouled back. I mean, his whole body spun. And the catcher didn't even appeal it. That is bizarre. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Torres has another chance here. Got to make something of it. Payoff. Swung on, ground ball, straight to short. Rodriguez tosses second, Wold to first. And there's a 6-4-3 double play. And it might have been better if he went around all the way on that strikeout. Rams able to score a run, though, off of 2 hits and 1 man left on base and no errors. It's 8-2, 7th and final inning coming up. Seventh inning, final one today, unless the Rams are able to score 6 in the bottom of the 7th. Now stepping up to the plate, a new batter, pinch hitting in the place of Chandler Wold. It's Grant Sane. We saw him yesterday. He got a hit. The pitch, Sane pops it up, back foul, strike 1. Rams in danger of moving to 22-19 and 7-16 in conference. Reinhardt looking for the clean sweep, 35-13. And 19-5 if they hold up in this one. Kind of 0-1. Mason Gary still on the mound for Bluefield. He's given up 1 run on just 1 hit. Pitch. 0-1, and it's low. It was a homer from Andres Ugarte, his 3rd of the year. Or 2nd of the year, excuse me. Lefty to righty, the pitch. And the changeup goes a tad bit high. 2 balls and 1 strike. So barring any other more substitutions, Rodriguez and Trewick are up next. Pitch. Has to pick up his back foot. It's low, scraping in the dirt. Ball 3. And a 3 balls, 1 strike. Now the offer. And the dirt, there's a walk. First walk of his collegiate career for Mason Gary, and that sends Reinhardt back to the top of the lineup. So it will be Daniel Rodriguez, 0 for 3 in game 2. And he started off game 1 of this doubleheader with a double. Ended up with 3 hits in that one, as well as 2 runs scored. Lead at first base, Gary deals. A fastball high and outside. Well, been here long enough, the sun has crept over near the first base side. We're hovering right over that Bluefield dugout. And it's getting even hotter. One-0. Swung on, popped up, third base side. Jackson calls for the ball. And then Torres, or rather Espinal, steps up for it. Now the runner trying to tag. Castro covering. Low throw, or actually a high throw. And sliding in safely, tagging up. Had some heads-up base running that time by Grant Sane. Nobody was covering there. Here's Matt Trawick. Double and a single. He also grounded into a double play. If that Union score holds up, and St. Andrews also holding up, it's going to be even tougher for Bluefield to come back. Ball and no strikes with one out. Pitch, high and outside. Runner at second. Matt Trawick awaits here. Mason Gary's now giving up just one hit. That pitch is hit down the line, left field and out of play. Well, for Bluefield, still showing some good stuff in Game 2. Not necessarily getting pounded as much as they did in Game 1. And the big inning got out of the way early. Rams have had an inning like that in each of the last few games. High and outside. Three-one count. Pitch. Trawick watches it go for a strike. Boy, he waited about 18 years for that strike call. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff. Swung on, ground ball off the glove of Espinal. Picked up on the rebound. Castro, throw to first in time. There's a rebound in baseball if there ever was one. Moves a runner to third base. Insane. Two outs, 8-2 the score. In the 7th and final inning, a big lead for Shane at third. Pitch. And actually, Chandler Wold was brought in as a runner as he re-entered. Count 0-1. Swayze with a home run. He's been hit by a pitch twice. Fastball high. And both of those times he was plunked, he was down in the count. Again, at 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs. That one is grounded sharply down the first base line, and Mason Gary is a strike away from ending this inning. It's 2 2/3, just 1 hit allowed. And the freshman from Martinsville, Virginia, a solid debut for Bluefield. Runner at third, 1-2. High and away. Lefty evened up at a 2-2 count, a lefty-to-lefty matchup. Got to think for Reinhardt moving forward, if they can show this depth from 1 to 9 in the lineup, including having that great of starting pitching, they're going to be tough to beat. 2-2. Hit him again. I have never seen anything like that. He has been hit 3 times. And in an even count. I guess he must be just crowding the plate. And he throw an outside pitch. He's not going to move that much, but now runners on the corners and 2 outs. Here's Sherman Graves. Single and a walk for him today. 1 for 3. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He's well out in front. Last time he faced off against Mason Gary, he flew out to left field. Blowing out towards left, it's 8-2, top of the 7th. The 0-1. High and outside again. Already 2 gone. Mason Gary has Sports Rodriguez to foul out and Trewick to ground out to short. If these Rams stay at it, some of these younger pitchers, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with moving forward. 1-1. Popped up right behind home plate. All of these pitchers for Bluefield, as far as eligibility goes, they will be back next year. We've already seen 2 freshman pitchers out there for Bluefield today. Alex Perkins got the start, and you're seeing one right now, Mason Gary. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch. In the dirt. Going away from Jackson. Here comes Wold. Toss to the plate. Lost in the shuffle. Now it's 9-2 after the wild pitch. Swayze moves to second. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Gary's losing his command at the wrong time. We're at the top of the 7th. Runner at second. Gary looks and deals. Swing and a foul tip cued off the end of the bat. It's going to roll right near the Bluefield dugout. Counted 2-2 with 2 outs. Billy Engel, it's been fun having you here. Most of baseball season. Rams have had some good wins, just not their week. 2-2. Swung on and smacked into left. McGee trotting back over his head and bouncing to the warning track on a wall banger. Run will score. Trewick makes it 10-2. It's an RBI double for Graves. Eight-run lead now for Reinhardt. They're outscoring Bluefield 28-2. Fastball misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. That pitch is rocketed foul. Ball and a strike. Just got word on Twitter that the star of some of the Austin Powers movies, Vern Troyer, who was famous for Mini-Me, just died at 49 years old. That pitch is popped up foul right side now to play. Out of some sad news, Vern Troyer was actually making an appearance at a Richmond Flying Squirrels Erie Seawolves game I was working last summer. Had some health issues from a pre-existing condition. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Outside and low. There's ball 2. Well, with 2 outs, can Jacob Cagle find his second hit of the game? Pitch. Swung on and hit well out to center. Should be easy for Ackerman. He'll just drop back and make the catch for out number 3. 2-run score on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on base. It's 10-2. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Seventh inning, Rams down 10-2 now. And a new pitcher in. It's another lefty, Connor Hawkins. That pitch from Hawkins is lined to short. Rodriguez throws to first, and he is safe. Caleb Wood legging out another ball hit over to the shortstop. And Connor Hawkins, the junior from Cumming, Georgia, the third lefty showing up in game 2. Back to the top of the lineup with Bailey Castro. Runner at first and Caleb Wood. Pitch. Castro smacks it back foul. A few innings of work for Johnny Crowley. Hawkins, a long look in. 4.91 ERA for him, undefeated on the year. 4-0 as he pitches high and outside. 17th appearance for him. 33 innings pitched, 32 hits, 26 runs, 18 earned, 25 walks, and 38 strikeouts. 1-1. High and away again. Ugarte's got to be kind of tired in these past couple of innings. 2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Spin outside, there's ball 3. Runner at first and Wood. Multi-hit game for him. Pitch. High and outside, there's ball 4. The impossible dream, maybe. Caleb Wood moves to second base. Rams return here on Monday to play St. Andrews, and that's going to be an important contest. They got to snap out of this skid they've had this week. So far, getting outscored 28-2. The pitch. Called a strike on the outside part of the plate. 10-2 the score. Prez has a couple of base hits in this one. Pitch. Hit him. Base is loaded. Well, the game continues. Jose Perez moves to first. Now here comes Josh McGee with the bases loaded. Rams down by 8. Now what's crazy in game 2, the Rams are only getting out hit by 2. 9 hits for Reinhardt and 7 for Bluefield as McGee strokes it high in the air out towards shallow right. Could be enough to score a run. Swayze camps out under it, makes the catch. Relay in, cut off, and then bobbled by the pitcher. So there's 1 out, and Josh McGee has his 53rd RBI of the season. Also, Castro moves to third. Perez stays at first base. So 10-3 now the score. Espinal searching for his second base hit of the day. Also scored a run off of the RBI single from Nick Meadows. Pitch. Right down the middle, there's strike 1. High and away. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. As Reinhardt is very close to their 35th win of the season. 1-1. Popped up foul, and that'll sky out of here. Now some of those wispy cirrus clouds coming in the 7th inning. It's been bright. It's been hot. Runners on the corners. Pitch in the dirt. Out in front, Nugartes, who's going to give it right back to the pitcher. Well, Connor Hawkins just needs 2 more outs to silence Bluefield. Rams down by 7. Espinal awaits. Lefty to righty. Now the pitch. Well, a little bit high and outside. Ball 3. Full count. And Espinal keep this one going. Payoff. Swung on. Ground ball to short. Rodriguez tosses second. Throw to first. And Reinhardt completes the sweep. They win game 2 of this doubleheader and the series finale 10-3. What a series for Reinhardt. Great pitching all around. The hitting was there, and Bluefield just didn't have any answers. So now the Rams fall to 22-19, 7-16, and now they've lost 5 in a row. Reinhardt now 35-13 and 19-5 in conference. This is a team that can make the NAIA tournament. But the Rams, an all-important game on Monday against the SAU Knights. Later on that week, they have Bluefield State. And then next week against Union. Well, the Rams in crunch time in their season to try to clinch their way into the AAC tournament. Only just 1 game up on the St. Andrews Knights. And for Stephen Collier, my cameraman, my name is Bailey Engel, reminding you the final score from Bowen Field. 10-3, Reinhardt wins and completes the sweep. And until next time, take it easy, Rams fans.